Welcome to another video, guys. So I am in Taiwan, Taipei City. I'm at Dahu Park, and today I'm going to discuss whether or not Taiwan is expensive or cheap. Well, I can be honest with you that it's certainly not the most affordable place in the world. It is much more expensive than Thailand or Vietnam or Indonesia. A lot more expensive than the Philippines. There are some people that come to Taiwan just thinking they're going to have a lot of money because $1 gets you like $32 in Taiwan. So thinking that you're over 30 times richer in Taiwan, you're not. You know, honestly, some things are priced very similar to the USA. You know, Coca-Cola is about $35 if you go to a local convenience store. So that's a little over $1 US, probably a similar price to the USA. It might be a little bit more expensive in the USA, especially because there is inflation. I'm actually not even sure what the US costs now because I've been away for so long. You know, some things are affordable, like taking the subway. It's about $15, no, it's about $20 to start, and then if you go someplace a little bit further, it would be about $40. That's not too bad. Water's about $20 if you go to a convenience store. Honestly, I think the prices in Taiwan are probably very similar to that of Japan. Japan might be just a little bit more, but not a lot. Apartments in Taipei are pricey. I think a one-bedroom apartment you might be looking at like $20,000 to $25,000 per month. At least if you want something decent, you might be able to get cheaper, at least if you live in like New Taipei. But if you live like in the Taipei Ximending area, it's pretty expensive. Other parts of Taiwan like Kaohsiung or Hualien are cheaper for sure. How much money do you think that you would need in order to live in Taipei? Well, it really depends on the kind of lifestyle, and you would need more for Taipei than you would for Hualien, Kaohsiung, or Taitung. But if you want like to live on just like the bare minimum possible, I would say like $500 a month, US dollars. We'll say like what is that, 15,000? You know, you could live in a really cheap one-bedroom apartment on the outskirts. I don't know, maybe you could get that 8,000 to 10,000, and then maybe you could eat in local markets, do daily transport, like take the buses. 500 US dollars or 15,000 Taiwan dollars a month, I think is possible, but it's going to be a very frugal lifestyle. You're not going to have much money to spare, and you know, you're pretty much like, I mean, you're not gonna be able to eat out that much. You'd be like eating at street stalls, like eating ramen noodles, that type of thing. I think maybe like 30,000, maybe like 1,000 US dollars a month, you could live a little bit more comfortable, but you're still gonna live on a budget. So I would say 1,000 US dollars a month is gonna get you a budget lifestyle, and then 500 would be like the bare minimum, like, you know, severe poverty. But yeah, $1,000, like 30,000 a month is probably kind of a budget lifestyle. I'd say $2,000 a month is a moderate, you know, kind of middle class, more comfortable lifestyle. I guess at $2,000 a month, you know, 60,000 Taiwan dollar a month, you could get a pretty nice accommodation for 30,000 a month, Taiwan dollars. You know, and then you'd have a little bit of money to eat out. You know, you could go to the club a couple of times, go see movies, get some delicious food. You know, you could probably rent a motorbike. You might even be able to save up to buy one or something like that. If you had like 5,000 US dollars a month, you would live a very good lifestyle here. And if you had like more than 10,000 a month, you'd be an elite. I mean, it's not a super cheap place, but it's not expensive either. It's nothing like Switzerland where, you know, a Coke is $5. What do hotels cost in Taiwan? Well, I'm gonna start by talking about Taipei, because this is the place I'm the most familiar with. Taipei is more expensive than other parts of Taiwan, but I'll discuss what your money will get you in Taipei. So, why don't we say your budget is like very, very low? We'll say $10 a night. I think the only thing you can get for $10 a night is a youth hostel. You would sleep like in an 8-bed, 10-bed dormitory. And a lot of them actually cost more than that. They might be like $15 a night. Even some nicer ones at $20 a night. So we'll say $10 to $20 a night for a cheap youth hostel, like a hostel dormitory. Not hostile dormitory, a hostel dormitory. What if you want a little privacy? Like, you don't care about the place being nice, but you want a private room? Well, from what I've seen, I think maybe $30 a night could get you like a budget private room. You know, maybe even $20-25 a night if you're in like a really more remote part of town. But I'm going to say about $30 a night for a budget room. So yeah, like a budget room, it's going to have the basics. It's going to have a bed. It's probably going to be a very small room, but it's going to have like a double bed. And then it's probably going to have like a small little bathroom for you to shower in. I think about $50 to $100 a night will get you a sort of mid-range hotel. You know, so something, you know, kind of mid-range, moderate, not super nice, but also not bad. So yeah, like the $50 to $100 a range will get you something like that. Oftentimes the really cheap rooms have no window. So I know some of you guys don't like that. Like, I can do without a window, but I know that really bothers some people, and it does bother me a little bit because it's like it's harder to wake up when the sun comes up. So yeah, usually a room with a window costs a little bit more. Like the $30 a night budget room often has no window. If your budget is like more than $100 a night, we'll say 100 and to 200, like 150, like yeah, you're gonna get a nice hotel, probably close to a 5-star. So yeah, if your budget is in the triple-digit US dollars, you're good to go here. You're gonna have something very comfortable. But if you're on a budget like me, you're gonna have more limited options, and you might have to live in a dorm, at least for some time. What does food cost? Well, I'll show you guys a couple of different foods and give you guys an idea. Well, here's some KFC prices. So, let's see, $59 for an egg tart. For the crunchy bucket combo, $3.62. So that's like what, $11, $12? Oh wow. So what I can say with food, if you want to eat like really inexpensive, you could get something at a cheap street stall for $50 to $100. If you want to eat at a nicer restaurant, like more mid-range, I would say about $300. With transportation costs, I highly recommend take the bus or the metro. The taxis here can be expensive. I think with a taxi, the meter starts at $85, and it goes up pretty fast because, you know, a couple of times I'd drive just to another area in Taipei, and it would be like $300, so that's 10 US dollars. Whereas if you take like the metro, it might be like 20, 25, 30. I would say the taxi is at least 10 times as much as the metro, so if you stay here a long time, you definitely want to learn to use the metro system. Buses are also cheap. You know, you could definitely think about taking those places. So all in all, I would say that Taiwan's probably medium on the cheap expensive index. I'd probably, if there's like a green to red index, I'd probably put Taiwan in solid yellow. Taiwan can be very cheap if you know where to go and how to use your money wisely, but generally speaking, it is not the cheapest place. We cannot make Taiwan be Thailand. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Check out these links to some of my other videos. Feel the burn for Bernhardt's World, and take care, everybody.